morning. Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 9th of February. Now if you are new here, please feel free to comment down below and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell notification too so none of my videos pop up. And hit those like buttons, guys. You know the drill. So I'll close my eyes, we'll get started and we'll get straight into it and see what comes up. God, they're actually drawing on a whiteboard for some reason. They're drawing mountains on a whiteboard and they're showing me, they're talking about sustainable energy. Oh, God. And we know they're trying to bring in all their wind turbines and all this sustainable energy for the future and all this kind of crap. So I am getting that we're going to be hit hard with this. They're doing a lot of whiteboard presentations is what I'm getting. This would be globally. A lot of whiteboard presentations around renewables and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, that's just what I'm getting. And this is globally. They're starting to present. Guides are saying the packages. We know what it is. It's the reset renewable package, this one. So we get it. I'm just getting shown the whiteboards. And all these leaders and everything are getting there. I guess you could say they're being educated about how to go about it all. God, we always knew that was coming this year, didn't we? God, I think even the global elites are tired of all this. They're being told what to do from higher up as well. We've got to remember that. Remember, this goes in layers. Pyramid Ponzi scheme. All the little people have to work for all the global elites. We're just like the little ants and the bees, rather, or you could say that work for the queen bee. Queen bee being whoever's at the top of the pyramid, which, as we know, is probably Klaus, I'm guessing, since he wrote the book. So that's what I'm getting today. Everyone's starting to get educated on the renewable program systems. That's what I'm getting. Oh no, this is going to be so bad. So they're really looking at getting this sorted. I am getting that they're going to use a lot of wind energy. Wind energy is something that they're obviously focusing on. They're showing me a rollout carpet of the renewables. I think I've had this before. And it's got the swirled circles on it, like wind, like swirling circles. So obviously they're looking at a lot of wind energy. Obviously solar too and sunlight and that. But at the moment, maybe they're just focusing on a lot of wind turbines and things like that. It's just a visual I'm getting. Oh, wow. How's the tired energy, guys? We've been talking about it all week, haven't we? We're all tired. It's crazy. It has to be from people waking up that they're making us tired. Something's making us all tired, isn't it? Did you see that little video I posted on my Facebook, Chrissy Fitzgerald Psychic Life Coach Facebook page yesterday with Carl Stefanovic, the guy that does the Today Show here in Australia? He said he's had enough of the jabs and why do we keep jabbing people? I couldn't believe it on mainstream TV. It was so good because everybody watches those shows in Australia and they believe everything they say. But even he stood to the doctor and said, why are we getting this? I've had CV twice. I don't need more jabs. Oh, I couldn't believe my ears and eyes, guys. It was huge. For someone, to be saying why on mainstream media. Unheard of, isn't it? And he even said that he's seen things about young people dying with the myocarditis and that. So, and then the actual doctor did say that now they're suggesting Atagi is saying not to jab people under 18, was it? Something like that. Oh, I don't know. It goes on and on and on. We could have told them that before the bloody rollout of the jab even started. So that was said on mainstream TV, but people are still jabbing their kids. How's that work? Anyway, enough of that. Okay, let's get back to the real Oh, someone in England that I watch says meat and potatoes all the time. Is that a real saying over there in England? Louise, you might be able to tell me that in Wales. It's such a funny saying. I laugh every time I hear it. He goes, let's get back to the meat and potatoes. It's harsh reality. He does like crime stuff. Funny as. So I sometimes can't get it out of my head, guys. So we're going to get back to the meat and potatoes. Obviously it's some sort of saying over there in England. Okay, let's get back to the Aussie accent. Of course, we had to get the Mexican border. Mexico and the border. Hang on a minute, see what's happening there. Oh, they're showing me like a candle melting away. And they're saying that it's like when you burn a candle down and then it just becomes nothing. You know how you burn a candle and slowly over time it just melts away to nothing. Though that's the Mexican-American borders. Not so sure about Canada. That's a whole different story, isn't it? But Mexico and America, the candle is burning down to nothing. The borders are disappearing is what I'm getting. Over time, it's like the border security, I guess you could call it, has eroded away, and now it's just pretty much a free-for-all. We pretty much know all that's going on over there because the cartel's moving into America, like I said the other day. Well, we've been talking about the cartel here for ages and how they've always run the borders, and now, yeah, well, that's how they got all their drugs through, isn't it, obviously, by running the borders. So now it's just disappearing like the burnt down candle. It's all melted away and there's no border. In time, it's kind of saying that there'll just never be a border spoken about. It's all just going to blend together. Oh, God, you poor guys in America, you're really copping it at the moment, aren't you? Oh, what a circus show. And did you see... Actually, it was funny because yesterday I got that. Didn't I say with Biden and his crew were going to come out and do some press conference or something? Anyway, they ended up doing something similar to that. I noticed it last night pop up. Oh. Got to go check it out, guys. I think it had that Kamala Harris, was it? And I think McCarthy was on the other side. I'm just getting that visual. But that's what I saw. But... honestly, that was not Biden. Go and look at that film clip and let me know what you guys think, but there's no way that was Biden. He was upright, he was confident, he was talking like a real president. That is not the real Biden that we know, the one with cognitive decline. That was his doppelganger for sure. Go and check it out and let me know what you guys think, but that was no way. There's no way. It's so obvious to everyone that they're using different doppelgangers, or there's two of them, because one's all bedraggled and eating ice creams and smelling, hair and all that. And then the other one's all strong and running the country and doing, like, all these ones. And it just doesn't even look real. It's such a show, isn't it? Such a show. Anyway. We've always known that he's used doppelgangers anyway. It's nothing new to us, is it? But, yeah, let me know what you think. He did seem a little confident about... And he was trying to reassure the American people they've got it all under control. Oh, God. Oh, look, even though we do laugh at all these things, guys. And, look, it is a good thing. As much as we're going through all this rubbish and rollouts and all the... reset agenda and everything that's coming at us, at least we can have a laugh at all these bloody ridiculous things going on globally, not just in America. This is global, guys. We're all being entertained by the nonsense of these leaders and having a laugh. So, we have to take some of the positive out of the negative experience. It's about getting the balance right, see, isn't it? Like the seesaw we always talk about. All right, I'll see where else we go today. I'm getting Germany again. Germany's rising. Germany's risen. They're up for the challenge. Big pushbacks. I just keep getting it in Germany. So good. Keep going over there. You guys are doing a great job against your government. You got some real dictators there. I was saying that the other day. You want a lot of them gone. You got some real nasty dictators. It's interesting, isn't it? So the people are pushing back and they're making a difference. So keep going. All right, that's where else we go. New Zealand. Hippos funding their capitals. We know this has been happening for a while. They're pouring a lot of funds into their capitals because this is how they're going to gain control. We know they are. Oh, I just looked out at the tree, guys. Oh, yous will be happy about this, but I'm not. There's a few yellow leaves turning out on my tree. And you know what that means? That means autumn's coming. I'm heading to winter, but it means you guys will be heading to spring, so you'll be very happy to hear that there's yellow leaves on my trees. Getting back to Hippo in New Zealand, he's putting the funding into their capitals. He's churning a lot of, he's going to direct. See, he's a person, he to me, Hippo, follows the Pied Piper. We talked about the Pied Piper and the little children, is it, or mice? Oh, no, I get muddled up. You always tell me about it, you guys. He's a follower. Hippo's a follower, so he's going to follow the narrative. He's going to follow whatever's written down on paper. He's a follower. He does things in a very methodical order, but it's not from his own thinking. He's a follower. That's what I'm getting for Hippo in New Zealand. Oh my God, people are tired. Even in New Zealand, you guys are wrecked from all this. You've had the journey. But isn't it good to see the back of Jabsinda? We've got to admit. But here comes Hippo, but he's a follower. See, Jabsinda was well, I can't say strong leader. That's not the words I'm looking for. She was a strong dictator, is probably more the words. But she was strong in the way she pushed things. Hippo's going to be different. He's going to be different. Like he's not such an enforcer as Jabsinda was. But he's like, what Hippo reminds me of, he's like a goody two-shoe. You know those people you went to school with and they were like, oh, you still get them even as adults and they're goody two-shoes. They do everything right and they follow everything and they do all the right things and they're always the teacher's pet and everyone despises them because they get all the top grades and they never put a foot out of line and they never do anything wrong. They like to always just stay like in the two lines and do all the right things. Well, that's what Hippo's like. He's like a goody two-shoe to the people above him. I think that's why he's probably not that well liked, because I keep saying he's not that well liked. So he kind of speaks down to people. He's in a quiet way thinks he's above people, but he's actually not, because people don't I feel like people in his cabinet and that they're not going to respect him very much, because he's not a very likable person. He's a goody two-shoe. I hope you understand what that means. It's like a teacher's pet. You suck up a bit to your superiors, and that's what he's like. He sucks up, virtually. God, we just can't get a normal person in these parliament houses and governments, can we? So that's what I'm getting for Hippo. He's a goody two-shoe who wants to do everything right with the rollout. Yeah. Another teacher's pet in the making, like Trudeau. I don't think he's going to be full-on like Trudeau, though. We know Trudeau was the teacher's pet for a while, but then after the Ottawa thing, he got a little bit taken down a few rungs. Oh, that was sad, wasn't it? Because he woke the whole world up. Oh, God. No wonder he went down a few rungs on the ladder of success. Okay, let's see where else we go. London. They're showing me we've had London a little bit lately, haven't we? Because Coronation's coming, and yesterday we knew Sushi's rolled up the red carpet a little bit temporarily with the red bow on it, but the London Bridge was sagging a lot because of the people, and this is the strikes, protests, fight backs, people are tired in England, hence the yawning, guys. People are really worn out in England. Hang on, where was I? God, sometimes I get so... Oh, no, I've got it back again. It's all right, I've got it back. They're showing me the English police. What do you call them over there? Bobbies? They're called something like that, aren't they? I'm getting that, like, helmety hat thing. I don't know what kind of hat you guys are. That's probably your old-fashioned hat. That was like a little bit of a helmet shape. And it's showing me them with fire extinguishers. But it's like they're removing the pests. If you think about someone with, like, who's comes to your house, say, to kill ants and spiders and treat your house, they have the little spray gun thing and all that. Well, that's the image the guides are giving me. They're trying to get rid of any pests. In England and London, they're trying to, when it's showing me they're spraying for pests, it shows me them trying to get any troublemakers out of the area. I would say this would be London, if that's where the coronation is going to be. They're clearing the streets. It's showing me them, like, using a fire extinguisher. They're not literally, but using a fire extinguisher to remove homeless people off the streets. See, this is a good way, isn't it, of tidying everything up. So I'm getting this visual of them removing people, like their old spiders and cockroaches, and I don't think you have cockroaches over there, do you? But any sort of bugs and little critters and things like that, because they don't want anyone getting any surprises. So in other words, they don't want anyone standing up and coming out of the woodwork and doing, like, strange things like climate protesting and all this sort of stuff, even though we know they're staged and they're in control of it, so it's probably unlikely to happen. But that's what I'm getting, them, like, spraying out the riffraff now and getting rid of any troublemakers. So if anyone's got, like, that history or past of disrupting any parades or anything like that, they're going to be removed. They're just going to be taken out of the equation, so they don't have that opportunity to stand up and use this as a platform. So I'm getting that in London. They might even be, like, sending warnings to people, or I don't know, sending those subliminal messages, you know, be respectful of the people around you. You know, it could be this kind of thing too, sending messages, but I'm getting that. The police, the bobbies, I'm sure they're called bobbies, aren't they? I used to watch that show, The Bill. Is it The Bill? God, I love that show. My son and I used to watch it all the time. It was so great. I got really addicted to it. I think I even started talking with the accent for a while. It was so cool. I love that show. And it ran forever, didn't it? So that's what I'm getting. They're trying to extinguish and get rid of any pests. How are they going to get rid of all of us? There's a lot of you over there, isn't there? But we're not quite. See, we're not quite in the pest category yet, because we're useless to government, so they leave us alone, which is good, because they're useless to us too. All right, let's see where else we go. God, I'm just getting that Mexican borders again. Must be a huge issue over there. It's becoming a huge issue for the people living in these parts, particularly America. It's a huge issue. It's very invasive. It's affecting their communities. It's like they've had their lives stolen from them. That's what I'm getting. They're not happy. This isn't a bad thing, guys, because then people will stand up and fight, and they'll stand against government. Doesn't matter what the reason is, I guess, does it? So I am getting, because it shows when people fight and stand up, no matter what the reason is, it puts the spotlight back on the government again, and then they've got to answer. Oh, I wonder if Hunter and Biden would have anything to say. No, as usual. So it's not a bad thing. So if people in these areas get together, which I'm guessing they're going to, and they're going to use the old, this could end up very interesting, guys, because they're going to use, now we've got these huge drug problems, which they probably already did before, but anyway, now that the border's virtually burnt down like the candle to nothing, all the drugs can just flow so freely now, so people are going to be up in arms. I'm pretty sure it's America, talking about the drug issues now that the kids are going to have, and how now they're going to have easy access to drug. People aren't going to be happy about this. It's going to be huge, mungus. And then when that gets highlighted and pointed out, he's going to put the spotlight back again on Hunter Biden and all his drug issues and all the addictions he had and all the, back to the laptop. So it's not a bad thing. So let's sort of look at that as a positive, that it starts to highlight again the imperfections of the Biden government, the corruption, more like it again, and the lies and deception. So you've got a lot going on at the moment in America. A lot of turbulence is what I'm getting. Like when people are flying along in a plane and then the plane drops with turbulence and everyone sort of bounces up. And if you haven't got your seatbelt on, you pretty much hit your head on the roof. And turbulence is very scary. You think about it, if your plane hits a really bad lot of turbulence, I'm sure we've all experienced it, you start to panic a bit. You go into this like bit panicky. So that's what's happening for these people near that Mexican border. They're having a lot of turbulence and it's making them very panicky. Because I think they honestly, and we know Biden just visited, didn't he? Oh, there was no refugees around. There was no one there. They'd cleared everything. But he did visit, apparently, the border side. We do have to ask a lot of questions, don't we? So, people get very anxious. And then they think their government's going to step in and save them. Oh, Biden's visiting. Great. He's going to fix it all. Oh, we know how they fix everything in their own favour. He and Hunter are probably getting kickbacks from the cartel. That's how I'm seeing it. Oh, no surprises if that was happening. All right. Let's see if there's something else to close with today. Oh, it's all America today. God, I am getting like the reset rollout in the agenda. It is getting a stronghold. I think we all know it is. We know it is. But it is getting a stronghold. Like they're really gripping on these leaders and that. They're really holding things tight now. Like they really want to get this out. We've been saying that for a couple of weeks. They want this out. And they also want jabs in arms. We know that's their other sort of agenda, apart from the reset rollout and changing all our lives and turning everything upside down. They still want jabs in arms. They're still going to focus on this. It's important to them because that's where all their dollars are coming from. We know Big Pharma ain't going to give it up, are they? I watched it actually briefly, just to mention to you guys, a brief video yesterday, and it was between two parliamentary people in, I'm sure it was Australia actually. I don't know, we watch so much stuff, don't we, guys? And he was talking about the jab injuries and how there's so many of them. And he was saying people would be shocked and they're not getting the help that they need. And he was saying how bad they are, that they really need the help. A lot of these injuries have completely changed people's lives. So we know that these movements are growing. And they're keeping, like I said the other day, they're keeping their details close to their chest until they can trust the right lawyer or solicitor to bring them all together, which they are. They're out there, guys. There's these movements of vaccine injured people. We know that there is. I know some of you here on my channel have been jab injured and you got off the jab wheel, but no one's getting this compensation. Very few people. There's few payouts. I think if you're really major in a wheelchair, can't even feed yourself, maybe that's when they'll pay you. This is crazy. Oh, and now, oh God, so much happens, doesn't it, guys? There's a show here called Current Affair, and they talk about all the current affairs. It's all very dramatic. You know those shows that it's all drama and everybody watches it because everything's, someone's having a fight with their neighbour and all this sort of nonsense. Well, this morning there was an ad for it on TV and it said tonight we'll be talking about this new head thing that they can put on you for stroke victims. And they had this woman who was, God, probably my age, 50s. And now she said she just suddenly had this stroke and now she's in a wheelchair and can't work again. Like, and now stroke's on the rise and no one's batting an eyelid at it. So they're inventing more things, this headgear that can tell if you're about to have a stroke. Like, what the F? What in the actual F is happening in this world? How are these people, and I know you guys get it, not seeing this absolute lies and garbage and bullshit they're being fed? And then things like, oh, stroke and myocarditis and everything else, shingles, you name it. Oh, it's all nonchalant, and that's becoming all normal, and that's like the norm now. Oh, thanks, guys. Also, just speaking of ailments, thanks for just confirming and giving me some feedback on the blood cancer. Yes, I actually had that inkling it could be leukemia. I just wasn't sure. But we do have to question all the words and the things that they're constantly dropping. Wouldn't you just call it leukemia? But now it's become blood cancer, and they're like really trying to get funding for it. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand the wording. It's probably the wording, guys. Look, I know you guys have had some people that with really bad experiences, this kind of thing, and leukemia is really bad. I understand about that. But I think what I'm trying to get to is it's more about the wording. See, it's this normalizing, isn't it? Like cancer, once upon a time, you hear the odd person with cancer, but now you hear so many people. And we know on my channel, this is getting everything, people's ailments, people's cancers, they're exacerbating. Like I said yesterday, they seem to be getting worse. People have been in remission and then it flares up. And other ailments, not just cancer, but they're also dropping all these little buzzwords on the news and that, so it's all desensitizing you to, so it's becoming normal. Like I said with the stroke, oh, you're having strokes, I'll just do this, or it's just honestly the madness. It's madness. How come no one is thinking, oh, why have we got shingles ads on TV? This is weird, isn't it? Oh, no one bats an eyelid at it, do they? Anyway, enough of my rants. I'm sure you guys often love to have a little rant too. I know that you do. I laugh when you start on my comments and I giggle because I can just hear myself in some of the things that you guys are saying. It's just the biggest bloody circus shit show event we've ever had to endure. And we're still there's thunder outside. Now we're getting a storm, guys. It's complete madness. Anyway, I'll see if there's something to close with now today. I'm getting a song today. It's a Pink song. I don't know if any of you are Pink fans, and it's such a pretty song. I absolutely love it. And it's her playing the guitar, acoustic guitar, and it's I Don't Believe You. And it's about her breakup, I think, is it Corey, the BMX rider? I don't know. I think it was Corey, who's a very successful BMX rider. They're still together to this day. But when they split up a long time ago, she wrote this song, and it's I Don't Believe You. Like, she didn't want to hear that they were split up. But this is a song I'm getting for us. We don't believe our government. We don't believe any of it. That's just what I'm getting. And if you look at the film clip of her, she's playing this guitar, and it's just a very relaxed, chilled energy and vibe that she's got. So I'm getting that song. I'm sure it's called I Don't Believe You. I don't believe you. And pretty much that's us. We don't believe anything that comes out of government's mouth at all. Pretty much at all. So I'm getting that song. Hang on. We get some strange music on here. I'm getting Elvis again. We get a bit of a mixture on here. out of the jukebox. I'm getting Elvis, but I'm getting Viva Las Vegas, which is kind of weird. Bright light city, won't you set me going? Won't you set my soul on fire? And this is a song I'm getting for us. And I think, to be honest, I think the guides are just wanting to leave us with a little bit of an upbeat song today. They want us to stay really energized, to stay upbeat. Oh, God, if you think of Viva Las Vegas, the song, I'll try and find a film clip and put it on my thing. He's got the rhinestone bloody white suit with all the glitz and glamour and the big buckle belt and all that, and like that's what I'm getting for all of us. We're sort of enjoying ourselves. So if you think of Las Vegas, it's a pretty fun vibe, isn't it? You know, you got people gambling, you got people going to shows and entertainment and having fun, and everyone's on their Las Vegas trip having fun. That's the kind of image that I'm getting for us today. We've got to make sure in all this madness that we're still having fun. And that's the song I'm going to leave you with today. Viva Las Vegas. It's such a great song. Oh, I love it. I loved Elvis. Hey, if you haven't seen Elvis, the movie, go see it. It's absolutely brilliant. Speaking of. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. If anyone knows any other meaning in that song, that'd be great. But I think sometimes they just give us something to play that's going to make us feel good and bring us up and keep us in that high vibe. Hey, high vibe. In that high vibe vibration. So look, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I'm off to the gym. And I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the like buttons. Please comment. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye from Australia. Bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.